It is hot. It is 33. Holy crap. Welcome back. Going to talk about this chest rig a little bit and the fact that to carry a bottle bag or some kind of something else to carry your water. So stick around if you want to. So just wanted to come out. This is really spur of the moment. We've got some really crappy weather coming in the end of this week. Another 6 to 8 inches of snow, they say, maybe. Some sleet mixed in with it, freezing rain, all kinds of awesome stuff. So I'm doing the video today. And like I said, I just hurried up and decided to do it. And for something to discuss, I wanted to discuss these chest rigs. I'm not a huge fan of this type of thing for hiking. You know, to me, this kind of a rig should be small like this. If you're going to carry one of them giant ones with 300 pouches, you might as well carry a backpack. I just don't see the point. This is all my personal opinion, but I don't buy my stuff just to take pictures of, and I don't buy my stuff to just sit in a closet or a bin. I want to use it, and it's got to serve a purpose. So this ends up, I attach this magazine pouch to it, which I've discussed this before. I can put my phone in here horizontally with the loop to have hands free as I'm walking. Sometimes it's a little jittery, as you can see at the beginning of this video. Or if I want, I can put it in and take vertically. So that helps. But the biggest thing I don't like about this is you can fit a standard like 16-ounce water bottle in here, but then you can't really fit anything else because it balloons it way out. And you can't really fit other stuff really in there. You can fit like cloth stuff, like you could put gloves or a hat, but you can't really put like stuff that I would carry for going on a hike, like, you know, stoves and stuff like that. And not being able to carry, you know, a water bottle or a canteen means you got to carry something like this or a canteen pouch. And if you got to carry all this stuff, you know, you might as well just carry a backpack or just carry one of these, which technically this isn't Moly webbing. It's called PALS. I just did a little thing on it on the blog. Actually, no, it's on the forum. I'll have to transfer it to the blog. But, you know, I don't see, you know, you go camping or you go hiking or something like that, you know, most people take a bottle of water with them. You know, sometimes that's all I take is a bottle of water and whatever's on my belt. So what I can fit in this, and I can fit some of my coffee stuff. I've got a little first aid kit here in this outside pouch. And then in the main pouch, I do have some toilet paper. It does fit my stove. A Swiss Army knife. I got this little whistle that's actually got a compass in it, which is pretty accurate, believe it or not. And it's got a thermometer on it. Temperature gauge. I can carry a lighter. Got a map. Something to pad for the writing, keeping notes. I'm a little concerned here. that's why. I usually have a compass with me, and this is why, because I had this, so I didn't really need to bring the compass. But, you know, this type of thing, this one particularly is set up to more or less be an admin pouch, which is tactical. Because that's what chest rigs are designed for anyway, is for tactical use, to attach stuff like that. So, you know, like I started to say, technically this is called PALS. I call it MOLLE, because MOLLE covers the whole system. MOLLE basically is the pouches, the straps that would go into the webbing, and then the whole system itself would be a MOLLE bottle bag. So I just tend to call it MOLLE. Molly. Technically it's Molly. So that's it. I'll try to, in the future, I'll try to remember to call the webbing PALS and the system Molly instead of MOLLE. So I'll try to do better, because it does frustrate me when people call ferro rod fire steel, because it's not. Fire steel is struck. A ferro rod, you use a fire steel to strike a rock. You use a knife to scrape a ferro rod. There's just a difference. There's a difference in the metals as well. So I will try to be mindful going forward to use proper terminology. Okay. So anyway, does that mean these can't work for hiking? Absolutely not. I did it today. I mean, like I said, this will hold a water bottle. It just can't put much else in there afterwards. And the other thing that I found is I've tried using this, you know, for this and that, and it just doesn't work for me, except for to be a harness for using my phone to film it. If you put a standard water bottle in here, I found like some of the bottles have the narrow tops. There's snow and ice falling off the roof here. Hopefully it doesn't come down on the camera, phone, whatever you want to call it. Some water bottles have those little thin caps that barely screw on there, and some of them have the ones that screw down pretty good. And if you buy your bottled water like that and they have those thin caps, when you tip those things on their side, most of the time they end up leaking. And then I've had this leak and get all over and ruin maps and stuff like that. That's why that map that's in there now, even though I don't have a water bottle, is in a Ziploc baggie. So I don't know. Join the conversation if you want. Let me know. Do you use something like this for hiking? If so, what's your setup? If you want, join the forum and post up some pictures. There's instructions on how to post pictures over there. Action pictures. I prefer to see it like this, being out, getting used, not just on your counter, your floor, your bed, or a chair, or a table. So I can get a better idea of, what you're referring to. But so that's that. Sorry. Like I said, this was a very spur of the moment. Let me whip up some stuff and go out and babble about chest rig for hiking, and have some coffee, which I made today and brought with me. And that's it, because I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to make a video later in the week. So that's it. Like I said, hop over, have a discussion about these chest rigs in use. what you've, you know, personally found, whether they work or they not. Something like this. I'm not talking about the big ones, because if you're going to talk about the big ones, then we got to discuss more. Like I said, you know, what's the advantage of carrying it here, all that stuff, versus just carrying a backpack, you know? So, you know, and the cool kids then go, let's talk about it. All right, that's it. On that note, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.